Ladies and gentlemen, today we discuss the Raging Bull of the West. Well, I guess you're wondering why that happened. Well, you see, I wanted to have a fun time with Castile. Dominate Europe. Sacre bleu. Drink Red Bull. Be a matador. And Habsburg stuff. But things went awry with that third goal. I succeeded, but you'll find that the bull took it personally. Anyways, the show must go on. The Raging Bull of the West. The can that will give you wings. The monarchs with suspiciously strong jawlines. It's time for pain! With an S. Castilian ideas are very all-around, sporting military, religious, admin, diplo, and colonial buffs. Some standout ideas are 15% morale, leading to situations like this early on. The +1 colonist allowing you to ignore exploration and expansion.
Not like you were going to get them anyways.
And rather surprisingly, +1 missionaries, along with +2% missionary strength, because
nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition!
Spanish ideas are a notable step up, keeping most of the more powerful ideas like morale and a colonist, but skewing more military with an artillery buff that would even make Napoleon feel emasculated.
Sacre bleu.
And finally, discipline, because you can't spell BDSM without bondage and discipline. Boo! Now, for something non-controversial. The government. Well, unique government reforms, that is. While you start off basic feudal, you gain system of councils through missions, giving +2 diplo relations, +1 monarch admin, and the ability to revoke estate privileges no matter the loyalty or influence, which you're going to need to survive the chinning. And 3 buttons, all giving unique modifiers and an insane +1 to whichever mana point corresponds to it. Furthermore, the points you spend for this also give splendor and admin efficiency in the meantime. Like seriously, which cousin did you blow to get these insane modifiers? The special Tier 3 reform for Iberian nations is Council of Endies, which gives +5% global trade power, +25% treasure fleet income, and -5% liberty desire for subjects on other continents. Is it good? Kinda, but only if you build your own colonies. In short, the best way to describe it is, not you again! And finally, special Tier 5 reform for nations that form Pains is Tercio, aka the Third. Which is an apt name, considering just like someone's third child, it's for the military.
Offering 0.5 yearly army tradition and 0.2% yearly army professionalism, plus 15% tercio force limit fraction, and allowing the building of the aforementioned unit.
Fun fact, this term is used in bullfighting as well.
Colonel, I escaped the bull, but it appears I'll have to think of something to deal with this bullshit.
Snake, answer me! Snake!
Speaking of missions, Castile and Spain do in fact have those. So we'll go over the broad strokes. The Infantes of Aragon, depending on which way you go, either making your ruler better or giving CBs on Navarra and Aragon. Infantes sounding like infants, which is what you'll be to the nobility if you side with the Infantes. This branch over here giving claims on Granada and Morocco, along with some religious stuff, rewarding with fairly mid-military and religious buffs. And this rather unique event that I can't help but click every time. So in short, this branches.
It's the Spanish Inquisition!
These missions are about inbreeding. I mean personal unions. Absolutely nothing odd about these chins at all. These will be some of the largest power gains you get. The Italian and Netherlands Conquest branch, which gives buffs to your monarch. The Fix Your Crap branch, which leads to getting the unique Tier 1 government reform. The military branch, which is all about tercios and naval buffs, which leads into England, which is super unique because if they're Catholic, you get claims, but if they're any other type of Christian, you get a PUCB, and on success get to convert them for free. Though I have to question their choices, because all you'll find in England is rain and the English. The colonization branch, which is half of the mission tree, gives okay buffs, with most of the missions being about completely peacefully integrating the natives. And a small branch being about getting
Spicy.
And finally, the ones about making your nation as big as your chin, and in a golden age, along with the finale of either being the permanent Holy Roman Emperor, or destroying the Empire. Giving decently strong permanent buffs like minus 25% Diplo annexation cost and minus 5 to all power costs, which is really just salt in the wound. The name says it all. Universal Empire basically means short of a Super Osmonoglu dynasty or a Super Qing dynasty. The Qin dynasty over here has won. In short, there's strong missions that allow you to dominate both Europe and the New World, which is almost as kinky as the tags the Imperial family uses on certain sites. Incoming! Well, that was quite an event, so why not talk about a few more, followed by a unique mechanic. The Iberian Wedding, giving you a personal union on Aragon, which is why it's normally best to side against the Infantes, because otherwise, as previously mentioned, you'd look like a real infant fighting for something you get for free. The Portuguese Crown, which is such a late event, you'll just about always already own Portugal. And Strategic Marriage, which gives you a Chad chin. Along with the Low Countries if Austria got it from the Burgundian inheritance. And finally, this event in 1492 where this funny fella goes and finds Asia.
And then discovers the Indies and Japan.
Ah, you have made it halfway across the earth! You must like this. Then may I suggest a like on the video for the alligatorism? Leading to the unique mechanic, Holy Orders. Shared with other Iberian Christians. Which is quite Catholic. The priests. Protect your sons! Paying 50 of the corresponding mana point for 1 dev in every province in the state, along with a permanent buff to the provinces in the state. Standout ones are 0.5 institution growth per month, and 0.1 local prosperity growth per month. So yeah, Holy Orders. Damn it, it always comes back to...
Nobody expects
No!
the
Stop!
Spanish
We've already overdone this joke.
Inquisition.
Hell!
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
But now it's time for multiplayer.
But Rex, you don't play multiplayer, you just play co-op.
First of all, just cause you're right doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. And second, that's why we're going to take a trip to my dungeon for a piece of sour cake. Wait, how did he escape? All I did was leave the key conspicuously by the cell. Well, I guess no multiplayer then. So moving on to estates, which are fairly unorthodox. You know, cause you're fucking Catholic.
We will take Jerusalem! Deus vos Deus!
But also because no mana privileges. Feel free to get them later, but right now you have a massive debuff, which you need 50% crown land to remove. Afterwards, like meat in a restaurant in Mordor. Mana privileges are back on the menu, boys! Though you probably won't need them. Let's follow this up with ideas. For chill games, I'd go Diplo, Religious, and your choice of offensive or espionage. For purely colonial games, go Exploration, Expansion, and either offensive, admin, or humanist. Though, there might be a better Iberian nation for this one, known for being a silly goose. Stare. And for those Rome or Holy Roman enjoyers, go Diplo, Admin, Espionage for Rome, or Court for HRE. And finally, expansion routes. If you're chilling out maxing, relaxing all cool, then shoot for the Inheritance, the Maghreb too. Wait, I don't know how to rap. Southern France and most of Italy, along with Mexico and whatever Portugal gets you. For a pure colonial game, just get control of the Sevilla, Toulouse, and the Genoa trade nodes, and expand along trade routes. For the HRE route, expand into France and Italy, along with whatever Habsburg unions you can swing. After all, your cousin Alpine Alabama-sama has been making eyes at you.
Are you my Oni-chan?
For the Roman Empire, well, Roman borders. Let's be real, you're grand strategy players. You think of Rome once a day minimum. And for absolute new players, I guess just Iberia is okay? What the f? How did you even manage to do that? I would applaud you if I wasn't so disgusted. And that's it. In short, Castile gains power from explosions. Whether that be on the battlefield, or in the bedroom. What the? I only wish they'd start looking a little further afield, as their family tree looks less like an oak, and more like a family conspiracy board from IKEA. Speaking of which, this video is not sponsored by 23andMe, for when your family roots are deeper than a puddle and don't look like this. Anyways, thank you for watching. Considering you made it this far, I figure you like my bullshackles and might like to subscribe along with perhaps another video. On the left is a spotlight on the Ottomans. And on the right is a video about getting the Gorn world record, which I'm sure you Roman enjoyers will like. Peace!